Define your character in the movie? How would you describe him?
I really don't know how to describe him. I always have trouble doing interviews and people ask me those questions because I don't think I ever really think about the character objectively. Not once. I think the first time that I ever begin to think about a character objectively is during press when I get asked these questions, and even then I don't really want to. So I really couldn't. I'm really no authority on the character at all. I'm not quite sure about it at all.
But I mean, during all the movie, your character is quite borderline. Is quite troubled. With I mean, first of all, it's the party, and after that, it's pain. So maybe it's quite difficult to play in a way. You are always borderline in the movie.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think working with Jim and James Gray and working on the films, I think is difficult. Can be difficult, just because James won't settle for anything. And I think every actor, at least a few times in their life, develops shortcuts in a sense. And James won't allow that. He's incredibly perceptive. So, it can be taxing in that respect, in that, the work is never over. I mean, even on weekends, James and I would get together every Sunday, and we'd go through the next week's work. And so it is quite a full process. But nevertheless, it's one that's rewarding. I mean, I'm always happy when I feel like we've worked as hard as we could. I think that's all that's really important to me.
So you work like twice because you're an actor in the movie, but you also are a producer. Why did you decide to be a producer?
They just gave me producer credit because I didn't get paid as much money as I got paid before. I mean, I have no creative input into a movie whatsoever.
Okay.
Talentless, head to toe.
Okay. How did you prepare for this part? I mean, did you check the police documentation or something like that?
No, I showed up and read the lines. That was my preparation. I don't believe in preparation.
Yeah.
I don't think it's effective.
Anything?
Nothing.
I mean, about the night in the 80s, or...
Couldn't care less.
So, I hear something after the screening yesterday. There was a kind of fight between the critics because some hate it and some love it. And the people who hate it just say that it's a pro-cop conservative movie for the cop, and it's kind of, what do you think about that?
I don't know how you could derive that from watching this film. I think they should probably go back and watch the film again because it's not accurate. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, but as far as I remember it ending in the script, it doesn't seem like he's in a great place. So it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I mean, I think it's actually the opposite.
So if we think it's about, I don't know, family, your character is in a dilemma. There is on one side the family, on the other side his dream, in a way. So can you understand this kind of feelings, this kind of as an actor,
Oh, I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it like that. I don't really think about how a story applies to my life or whether I identify with it or not. So I never really thought about that. Although I assume that that's something that everybody probably has to face at some point in their life, where they think about kind of their family or their work or their dreams or maybe. But I don't know how that applies to me.
Maybe we can say that The Yards, in a way, was focus on the Mark Wahlberg character. And this one, you were both in it. And this one is more focused on you. It's like a two-part movie in a way for you, or it is a
what, The Yards Part 2 or something?
The Yards and We On.
I had to. Yeah, I don't know. The funny thing is that me and Mark on the yards were flopping roles. Was never sure. I think the same thing was with this as James wrote it. I mean, I think that I don't think he knew who was going to play what, but I'm not really sure. But you can say it. I mean, because you said we can say, so you can say it if you like it.
And did you see some, I don't know, some links between your way of playing in this movie and your way of playing in Walk the Line, in a way?
What do you mean?
I mean
Well, I tried. Of course, you know, I studied Walk the Line. I watched it like 40 times before this. And I figured, let me try and do Walk the Line, just not as deep of a voice. I still want a deep voice, but not as deep. That was basically what I wanted to do.
I mean, because the character is quite in pain all the time.
Is he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, so I wouldn't really know.
Come on.
I haven't.
You don't want to see the movie?
Mm-hmm.
When you make a movie, you don't go to see it?
Mm-hmm.
And why?
Why would I want to? I was there. I lived through it.
So you don't need it?
No.
It's not a little bit quite a pose or something? A pose or a kind of blasé attitude about the movie? Or?
No, it just it doesn't benefit me, and in fact, I think that it's potentially dangerous to watch your own movies. For me, as long as I'm gonna act, I mean, I don't really want to see myself the way that the world sees me, or you know, it doesn't really have any value to me.
Okay.
So maybe if I quit acting at some point, maybe I'll watch something. I don't know, but now it's be not good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.